Good day, tubes. David here. Today's video is on some computer troubles I've been having. As you can see here is what remains of my Lenovo ThinkCentre M55P. The motherboard suffered a terrible failure and just will not work anymore. Will this stay open? Probably not. I might have to pull this back a bit more. There is nothing in here other than the CPU and power supply. I sold what I had for parts because I had no use for them. It just wouldn't post. Actually, the CPU isn't in there, right? I put it in a little box and pulled everything out. Now, normally this is where a riser card would be for connecting your special add to card to connect another monitor via DVI, as well as a standard PCI slot. This computer wasn't all that great anyway. It just was slow. Not very many upgrade options. Now, normally there'd be something on the front here, but that decided it wanted to come off. Now, because of that, I've been having to use this laptop and the hard drive I had for that laptop, which is right here. WD Scorpio Blue 320 gig is 100% dead. The computer won't even detect this with the SATA controller is set to HCI. There's well over 400 bad sectors. I ran HDAT2 a while back on it in this laptop off a thumb drive. Tried to nuke it with DBAN and that just didn't go very well. So at the moment I have to run xubuntu, which is basically Ubuntu plus the XFCE desktop environment off a thumb drive. I have to use an external keyboard as the one in this laptop is bad to the point where certain keys like this one will just randomly start punching in stuff. So it's going to need a new keyboard and hard drive, and the one annoying thing about this laptop is these two are the only USB ports on this entire laptop. So I can only have the thumb drive plugged in and the keyboard. I can't run an external mouse, so if I need to use the mouse, I basically have to use the trackpad to do anything with it. And the optical drive is kind of fidgety. Either that or it just doesn't like DVDs that have a couple scratches on them because it has a hard time booting anything off of it. Another thing is, this laptop has speaker issues. In Windows, they'll work for about 30 seconds and then stop. And I've been reading that it is a possible hardware issue with the output jack, as when you plug it in, it grounds it out and stops the speakers from going, so you hear just through your headphones. And I've been reading that it's an issue with the jack that causes it to do that. If there's a fix, I might try and do that, because having to use headphones and lay in bed to watch stuff isn't always pleasant, and I don't have a set of external speakers nor an amp to drive any speakers as is. So in my current state, I basically do not have a 100% working PC until I can get a hard drive for this or a whole new computer as is, because this is frustrating. Running Xubuntu off a USB, it may work, but you are limited to a 4089 meg persistence file, which saves all your stuff and you can install programs to, and it tends to lock up like a son of a bitch all the time because it doesn't have access to the full hardware, and this computer only has USB 2. It's a lower end Toshiba Satellite C650, Core i3 M370, and 4 gigs of DDR3, 1066, and max is at 8. I could get more RAM and a new battery and whatnot, and maybe get this all fixed up and use it as a secondary when I get a desktop again. It's a nice machine for doing basic stuff, but if you want to play games, the internal graphics chip is not very capable. I'm not sure what series Intel HD it is, but seeing as how it's first gen, it's probably like just straight Intel HD graphics. But for watching YouTube and stuff like that, it does fine. If I'm not mistaken, these could take an i7. It's just, I don't know if they will or not, as it's hard to find CPU support for a laptop. This one, you can change them. I have done it before. It's just a bitch because you basically have to take the whole laptop apart to do it. But that's pretty well standard through all laptops nowadays. Old Dells, you had a door you could just pull off and have access to everything. But no, Toshiba had to be cheap and do things differently. That's why I much prefer desktops. Anyways, that's it for this video. I will talk to you guys later.